Welcome back to my channel. This is Dave Lowe from Get Some Colour in Your Life. This video I'm going to be just painting, just having fun with paint. There's not really any sort of plan, just a simple landscape painting with some mountains and just using a very limited palette. I think I'm going to be using 3 or 4 paintings at the most. So it's a real nice way to keep things nice and simple, especially if you're a beginner to watercolor. This is really something that you can do, really easy to achieve a nice, pleasing watercolor painting. So for the sky, I'm using a neutral tint and a tiny bit of French ultramarine, which I've mixed in. And then I'm using a yellow ochre just underneath the sky, just to warm things up and give it a nice, nice look to the sky. Now I'm using my Winsor Newton watercolors. These are professional grade paints, which are really nice to use. And the paper I'm using is a Fabriano 140-pound cold press. So I'm using my board, you can see on my easel, my desktop easel, and I'm using about a 40-degree angle. It's a nice angle to, especially for filming, but that's quite nice to get the paint coming down the paper as well, so it works quite well, this angle. You can use it at any sort of angle that you want, but that's the angle I'm using for recording. It's a really nice day here in the UK. The sun is shining, it's really quite warm. So this weekend, this Jubilee bank holiday weekend, I'm going to be in the garden, so catching up with some gardening. I've already done the lawn, so I've just got some weeds to sort out, to chop some trees and everything to sort of trim. It's really one of those labour of loves. You've got to sort of get involved, especially when we do have nice weather, to get out and make the most of it. Things are kind of overgrown, so it's just nice to have a bit of downtime and enjoy the sun and do some painting when there's no sort of time limits, or you're not limited for anything. And this painting, it's quite there's no plan. I didn't have any idea what to sort of paint. I just went in and started painting. So as I develop this painting, it's nice to sort of step back, have a few breaks and just see where the painting's going. You can think of what to include as the painting develops. The limited palette that I'm using, the colours are Payne's Grey, French Ultramarine, touched into some Van Dyke Brown, bit of yellow ochre and sap green, and that's pretty much the colours that I used. Just coming to the part where I need to add some darker tones. That's what I'm doing, just to give some depth and just some tonal interest to this painting. Otherwise, if you were to turn this painting or the image in black and white, it would be pretty much all the same tone. And so I just wanted to go in and sort of give some shadows and just add darker parts to the scene. I don't know whether you saw how I did some of the highlights on the sort of middle ground mountains. So just dipped my brush in clean water, sort of dried that out as much as I could, and then just went in and dragged the brush along the right hand side, sort of following the shape of the mountains, and that gives a nice, it takes out the paint and gives a nice highlight. So I'm just using my micron pens now. These are Indian ink pens. In fact, they're Faber-Castell. Just adding these just to include a tree in this scene. So I want it quite strong, quite bold, quite dark, and that can be the focal point of this scene. So it's quite a nice, simple one, really. This painting, and you can see really how subdued the colours are. They're quite muted, so I don't want anything too bright. And I think it's working quite well so far. Let us know in the comments what you think. I do appreciate all the comments, and please do give me a thumbs up if you're still watching. And you can also subscribe to my channel if you're new to this channel. do love it when it's sunny, but I do apologise if you've noticed I've got a nice big shaft of light going across the paper, so I do apologise for that. I did actually reorganise my studio, because when I had my desk with my easel on where I used to paint, before it used to be sort of indirect sunlight, and I rearranged the desk so it's facing it's like a blind spot, that the blinds are coming down, but there's just one little gap, and the sun seems to sort of find its way through that. So I do apologise for that. But anyway, I hope you like this video. I hope you find this useful. You can see just how effective the technique of lifting the paint from the side of the mountains were, and it almost looks like a bit of a mist as well, as the water's almost bloomed. And I really like the distant mountains. That was done mostly wet in wet, so they've sort of faded, and you can see the details on the tree with the pen and darker tones. And that's it really. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.